is gonna allow me to scroll. There we go. There it is. So our goal for you tonight is to leave feeling really confident that you can create some amazing content for your brand. There's some powerful psychology research that suggests that 55% of what you say to people is not in actually the words you speak, but in your body language and how you're presenting yourself. So our goal by the end of this is to make you feel more confident about your style, more confident about your posing, in the pictures that you're taking, and just how you're, going out in the world so that you can really slay the day and attract your ideal clients. Anything else I should add there, Gabby?
I think you covered it, my friend. Awesome.
Awesome. So how are we going to do that? So we're basically going to go over posing and lighting. I'm going to go over some amazing tips and tricks that will help flatter you and make you look awesome, have your inner awesome shine.
Absolutely. And then I'm going to come in. I'm a personal stylist. I'm going to help you to choose outfits that will flatter your body shape while representing your personal style and brand and giving you the confidence to show up on your photo shoot.
Yeah. And as we just mentioned, we do have a special giveaway. So for everybody who stays until the end, you will be entered in a raffle, which we will announce tonight to win a $20 Starbucks gift card to help power you up as you go on and slay the day after learning about some of this great stuff.
All right, latte on us.
So just a little bit about us first. So my name is Nichole. I've been a photographer for about 5 years, and I really love, my main goal is to always make people feel really, really good and amazing in their photos. So I feel like when you look great, you feel great, you're gonna just be awesome and just take over the world. So that's my goal for you in every single shoot. My areas of expertise are branding photography. I do headshots, family photography, small event photography, and fine art photography. So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I would love to, see you follow me there and to follow you back. And and also I'm not just a photographer. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm also a dog mom. This is my dog Tails. He's my little fur baby, I call him. And I'm also, a project manager, and I have my master's in strategic communications. So lots of multi-passionate things going on at my end over here. Gabby, why don't you tell them a little bit about you?
Yep. So I'm Gabbyeckert. I am a personal stylist and the owner of the Brave and Beautiful Boutique. My mission is to help women feel more confident so they can achieve their goals and show up powerfully in the world. And the ways that I do that is I help them with body positivity, dressing for their body shape, color theory, and aligning their wardrobe with your personal style and brand. And so I was actually a teacher for quite a few years. I have my degree in psychology, which I never thought I'd be using both of those degrees and pass in this way, but I'm so thankful to be doing what I'm doing, and I love it. I also am a fur mama of 2 rescue pups, and I'm married to a great guy that I just love, and I'm a huge bookworm.
Love it. So we want to hear a little bit about you guys. So if we would love to hear about your business, your side hustle, your dream job, I don't know, your fur babies. Just tell us a little bit about you in the comments. We'd love to, just see who we're talking to and get to know you guys a little better.
Absolutely.
So please share in the comments.
All right. What are your businesses? I'm always so interested to learn side hustles.
Yeah, we can give you guys a little shout out as we're going through.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is something that I felt like I personally could relate to. And this is something we want to know if you guys have ever been here. So a lot of times when we're going to create content for our business, we have an expectation or an Instagram, expectation, and then we go to create it. And sometimes the reality doesn't really match up with the expectation. So that was kind of what we're trying to share here. So it was funny, Gabby and I were talking about this, and she was like,
this is real life, y'all. This is out of my photo album in my iPhone. I'm like, this is my expectation versus reality for sure.
Yeah, so she's like, I just want to look like a badass on these photos. Like, I'm a boss babe. And she's like, it just did not come out with that vibe. So we're hoping we can give you guys some tips and tricks tonight to help you, meet your expectations. So the first way we're going to do that is talking about some lighting tips. So excuse me, sorry about that. So I was talking about this with Gabby, and we were kind of saying, what do we need to share with folks to make sure they can take some good pictures? And we really thought a lot about posing, because that was one of the pain points that a lot of people I've talked to have. But I also know that in taking photos, lighting is so, so, so important. So I felt like it would behoove me not to mention some of these key tips and tricks tonight with you guys, especially because they're so accessible and they're so easy to do, and they automatically up-level a photo. So the first tip I have is to find natural light. I'm going to show examples of this in a minute, but this can be done inside or outside, believe it or not. So finding natural light is the equivalent of turning on a ring light and keeping it off. So actually, here, I have a ring light on right now. I'm gonna turn it off. So you can see the difference just right there on how my complexion looks, how there's a little bit more lighting, a little more definition in my face, but it's a lot more flattering. So when you're taking pictures in fluorescent lighting inside your house, when you're taking a selfie that you're ready to post, just go to the window, face the window, and take that selfie, and it's gonna it's almost like an instant Snapchat filter, Instagram filter, and it just automatically can make you look a little bit more glowy. The next tip I have is to shoot during golden hour. Some people may know what that is, some people may not. So for those of you who don't, that is the hour before sunsets or the hour after sun rises. For you guys, it may be more accessible to do sunset. I know it is for me, but this can really, really make your photos, take them up to the next level. I ideally always shoot my clients during golden hour and in natural light if I can do it. And then lastly, shade is your friend. So the interesting thing about shade is a lot of times people don't realize that, have this bright sunny day, that's the best time for photos. Not necessarily. So actually, when you have a really, really bright sun and there's nothing blocking it, especially in the middle of the day, like 12 noon, 1, 2 o'clock, they're gonna get some really harsh shadows on your face. So I actually put my clients in the shade during that time. So I will find shade under a tree. I will find, shade from a building to kind of block that light, diffuse that light coming in so that you don't get those harsh shadows in your face. So you can do that as well. It's really simple to use, even if you have your iPhone. So I'll kind of show you guys some examples of this. So this example was in cloudy and natural light. So as you can see, she has a really nice even glow, no weird shadows, nothing come across underneath her eyes, just really even balanced tones. It was really easy to shoot in this light. And actually, we shot this at the art museum in Philadelphia. So I always tell folks too, just as important as the lighting and also your pose is what's behind you. So always kind of take a look at what's around you and what you're actually shooting in front of. It's kind of another side tip. It could really also help your photos a lot. So we found this beautiful field of kind of this lavender looking flowers and kind of just sat her down and posed her. So this is golden hour. So this is golden hour and natural light. So we were super lucky, same shoot, sun came out right at the perfect time. We were shooting the hour before sunset. Again, at the art museum. And as you can see, this golden, warm glow on her skin, I barely had to retouch this photo. So this is just her naturally, and granted, she has really nice skin, really smooth, but there's a lot of folks who, you still would have to retouch. This was super easy. So again, really accessible to everybody, super easy to do, even if you're just taking a selfie or you're setting up your own tripod. So tell me more. I would love, love, love to hear some of your biggest photo challenges in the comments. I want to make sure to answer any questions that you guys have. I know that I've got a lot of stuff outlined here, but there may be some things that I haven't thought to include that I want to make sure I do. So
yes, and Nichole, we have some comments pouring in about what some of our guests have, what their businesses and side hustles are. So
let's share.
Yes. So we have Ashley Owens here. Hi, Ashley, and welcome. She is a networking connoisseur. I hope I'm saying that right. Oh my goodness. And cat mama, right? Nichole, am I saying that right? I hope. Ashley, you can hop on and correct me. And you all can just jump on and correct me. Carissa, hello and welcome, my friend. She says, thanks for putting this together. I'm a brand and portrait photographer in North Jersey, and I'm a mom of 2 girls. How cool.
So awesome.
Cordell, welcome. I feel like the guys, representing the guys, his comment made me laugh. He said he's a realtor with Compass, always looking to connect with people and make new contacts. Saw Nichole mention this call on an event last night. Glad to be here representing the fellas because we got to look good too. Yes.
Yes.
And Kathy, hello and welcome. She is a marriage consultant and also a music teacher. She is also my best friend's mother-in-law. So, Kathy, welcome. Good to see you.
Kathy,
hey.
What's up?
Hi.
Awesome. Hey. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions or if I'm not covering something, please shout it out. We're definitely gonna have a Q&A at the end, but I wanna make sure that I cover everything, especially Cordell for you, because I know we focus a lot of the stuff on some of the female stuff, but so please make sure you shout it out, because we know got a lot of tips and tricks for you guys. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna move on. So posing. All right, so this is one of the biggest things that people, I feel like, struggle with, unless you're a model. Like, I struggle with it, and I'm a photographer, and so like I know that this is such a pain point. So what I tried to do is pick out 5 tips that anybody can do relatively easily. So that's kind of where, because there's a lot of different poses you can try and do, but I feel like they're not always accessible. They're not always comfortable. So that was kind of what I thought of when I was picking these posing tips. So number 1 posing tip. This is for everybody. This is if you're at a networking event and a photographer's walking around, the simplest thing you can do to make yourself not only look better, but feel more confident is stand up straight. You'd be surprised how many times in photos I am telling people, check your posture, stand up straight. It changes your whole body, like just exact everything. So even makes your clothes look better. So the other tip is to elongate your limbs. So this is kind of an interesting tip, but when you kind of pose like this with your arms really close to your body, it doesn't do it any justice. So you'll see a lot of models, and actually this is probably very, very popular. Everybody sees like the side pose where everybody does kind of like a chicken wing with their arm, but there's a reason for that, because it makes your arm look really good and also gives you more angles. So elongate your limbs. The third tip is to do a fake model walk. I will show you an example of how that looks in a minute. 4 is to bring to mind the emotion or feeling you want to evoke, right? So sounds really cheesy, but a lot of times you'll see models or actresses in photos and it looks like they're really happy and they're laughing. 9 times out of 10, that is a fake laugh. And they are just kind of bringing themselves into the moment, and they want to look really good on a photo, so they start to laugh, and that starts to actually emulate, start to bring out that level of emotion in the photo, and then it looks like they're having a great time, right? Because we would know no different. And then lastly, use props. So this is number 5, and this is for your hands, which is the thing that nobody ever knows what to do with in photos. I don't know, I always think of Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights, where he just kind of slowly moves his hands up the camera. I don't know if anybody gets that reference but me, but it's really funny to me because they're like, "What? Just put your hands down." It's okay, just put your hands down. So use props. It's something great to use to do with your hands. So let's see what this looks like in action. If I go the right way, there we go. So this is a little combo of both, right? So I gave you guys 5 tips, but you can use them together, right? They're not mutually exclusive. You can mix and match. As you guys can see here in this left picture, this is a lifestyle coach, and she is, somebody who's really trying to help moms feel fulfilled, right? Like they can be a full-time mom, but they'd also be a full-time, boss. And so we were taking some photos for her. And so this is her she's like, I'm not really sure what to do. So we gave her a mug and we kind of had her fake laughing and then, using her arms. And so you can see all those elements coming into play in this photo. And then the same for the right picture. This is a career coach. So she's actually starting a podcast, but she didn't really know what to do with her hands in the photo. So I was like, just put it on the mic and put your other arm here, like you're actually doing it. And that kind of worked for her. So honestly, both of these ladies are awesome. I love working with them. I put their contact here just because I love supporting and collaborating with everybody. So, but those are two examples of how you guys can use props and angles in your photos. So this is another way you can use props and also the fake walk. So as you guys can see here, it's really simple. Just you can use your sweater, your jacket. You can see Jill here in this photo right here. She's just kind of pulling on her collar. If I could just get my pointer to work, maybe not. Here we go. She's just pulling on her collar. And then right down here, this is Kim. She's just kind of pulling on her dress a little bit, but it gives her something to do with her hands, and it kind of makes her just look more animated in the photo. A bonus tip here is that you don't have to look directly at the camera to take a good photo. You can actually look off to the side. You can look up to the side and still get some really great photos of you, just doing your thing. This is another posing kind of tip, but it's also something I didn't mention before, and it's called power posing. So this is one of my favorite tips to share with people. You can see she's using angles with her body, but the key thing here is there's actually some research by Amy Cuddy. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of her, but she's a Harvard researcher. And she actually said that after doing a lot of tests, a lot of research background, she found that when you power pose, so that's when you spread out, kind of like standing like this, or you kind of, I just hit my computer, or you kind of put your arms on your hips, or you see Beyonce kind of doing her Beyonce thing with her arms out like this. That actually has the power to lower your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and to raise your endorphins so you feel more confident. So your body is helping you look better in the photo. And you can actually use that just in general. If you're nervous before walking in somewhere or before an interview or something, you can start power posing, and it actually is supposed to help you feel better, like actually feeling your body feel better. So I love sharing that because it's something that's super easy, and I didn't even know to do it until I listened to Amy Cuddy's TED Talk, and so it's pretty cool. And a bonus tip here is you can also use photos like this for headshots. So for Jill, we actually ended up just cropping this photo down, and we used it as a headshot for her in her LinkedIn page. Pretty cool. So that is kind of a summary of everything photography related. But it brings us into another really important subject, which Gabby's going to cover, about style. And this is a really great example of me trying to be stylish, but kind of failing because I look a little bit slumped. Like I was trying to be like casual cool. It didn't really work out because I kind of had this expectation I was going to look very sleek, and it just did not play out at all. So as you can see, Tails looks better than I do. That's my dog. So, so Gabby, why don't you take it away and tell us a little bit about some of the things we can do to look better?
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so I love this slide of my dear friend Nichole's expectation and reality. And I think that something to keep in mind as entrepreneurs and as we're focusing on branding is that part of our brands, they may be more that relaxed look, kind of like what Nichole is going for. Maybe that's how you're presenting yourself to your audience, and maybe your ideal client, that's how they dress. But there's a way that you can wear those types of clothing to create that vibe and that feel without losing your shape and your figure. That's kind of what came across with Nichole's picture. And so Nichole, with her body shape, she needed a little more darts and a little bit more silhouettes formation in her outfit, so she didn't get totally lost in that outfit. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and dive in to give you some practical tips that you can walk away with to dress your body in a way that is flattering. So I just want to emphasize that what you wear not only helps express who you are and your brand, but also gives you the confidence to show up powerfully in the world. And my goal for you is that when you walk up to your tripod with your camera set up, or you book a branding photography session and you're getting ready to go out to your photo session, that you have an air about you, that you have a confidence about you, and you're not worried about what is on your body because that's already been taken care of. And instead, you can enjoy the moment and have the energy that is contagious. So next slide, Nichole. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dive into the most common body shapes. So before I go here, I want to preface a few things. So there are more body shapes than the 4 that I'm going to be talking about today, but the goal here is that you would pull from the body shape that is most like yours, okay? Another thing, I know that this topic can be a little sensitive as we're talking about body shapes. And before I dive in, I want you to know that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. There's no superior body shape than the other. And it really does have to do with balance, lines, and actually some geometry for some of you guys who are into math. And it really is just how you guide the eye and put visual weight in certain places. So I want you to know that you can style the body that you have now and be thankful and grateful for your body. So I just want to say that because I know some women, Cordell, I don't know if you have felt this, but some of us have sometimes gotten into our heads about body shapes and the stigma there. So I wanted to preface that because you're going to hear me start to say some terms here talking about the body. So the most common body shapes, though, moving forward, is the apple, pear, hourglass, and rectangle. Next slide, girl. All right, so before I dive in, tell me about you. Do you know your body shape? And if so, what is it? Or maybe you're like, Gabby, I have no clue what you're talking about. So let me know in the comments where you are. I'd like to gauge. And also, if you already have some peeking questions that you may be thinking about, drop them in the comments below. I'm sure Nichole can kind of scan the comments as well as she's flicking through my slides for me.
Yep.
Next one, please.
Yes. There we go.
All right, so first up, we're going to go ahead and talk about the apple body shape and how you would identify your body shape. So a few things here. If you are an apple body shape, you tend to have broad shoulders, a bigger bust, and a less defined waist, but your bust, waist, and hips tend to be about the same size, or if you're using a fabric measuring tape, it would be about the same measurements. And for you, you want to wear clothing that makes your torso appear longer. And a great trick to do that is to place 2 vertical lines up and down on the body to make your body appear longer. You also want to wear printed bottoms with a solid top. And the reason I say to wear the print on the bottom is because up top, you tend to have visual weight there. And so you want to create the balance from your top part of your body to your bottom. So I would say stay away from loud, busy prints on the top part of your body. A lot of apples also love wearing layers, and again, mainly because it does create those 2 straight up and down lines that just looks fantastic. Next slide, Nichole.
Yep.
Okay, so here are some outfit ideas for the apple. If you do have an apple body shape, you're going to want to stick with empire cut tops and dresses. So if you see the model that is in the blue tank top, she is wearing an empire cut top. And basically what that is a top that stops right underneath the bust and then flows out in the waist and tummy area. You also want to add some really fun layering pieces to your wardrobe, like blazers and jackets, cardigans. All of these are going to give you that extra layer, and it's going to really add that detail to your outfit and interest. Next slide, please. All right, for the pear body shape, that's me. You tend to have hips that are wider than your shoulders. You tend to have narrow shoulders and a more defined waist. And for you, you're kind of the opposite of the apple. You want to put your visual weight more so on the top because you have most of your visual weight naturally on the bottom, okay? So basically, you want to draw the attention upward, draw the eye upward to your waistline. You want to accentuate your waistline. Maybe you want to have some belts in your wardrobe. Also, I found to be the case for most apples, avoid wearing low rise skinny jeans. And girls, that was my problem for the longest time. And instead of understanding about body shapes, I would just rag on myself because I could not fit in this trend. But really, mid to high rise pants for a pair, you're gonna love me. You really are. Give them a try. They'll help you to be more comfortable, to sit and to stand and to do your poses throughout your photo shoot without having to hike up your pants and being so insecure about it. So, and for you, you want to avoid putting those big patterns or prints on the bottom half of your body. Next slide, please. Okay, here are some ideas for outfits if you are in fact a pair. So this beautiful dress here that is the red and orange is an example of an A-line dress or skirt. And basically it just kind of makes that point like an A. So it goes right at your waist and defines the waist and then flows out into this beautiful A shape. And again, it just kind of hugs over our hips and thighs, which we tend to like. Also, again, those beautiful layering pieces like the blazers and jackets and cardigans, always a good idea. But for pairs, another trick that I really love for bringing that eye up is to go ahead and find tops with interesting patterns, interesting designs, interesting necklines. I pulled a picture here of a model who has some really great lace detail up in her neck, as well as some sleeves that are very interesting. And again, that is all drawing the eye upward. And again, mid to high rise pants and jeans will probably be the best fitting pants for your photo shoot. Next, please. All right, next is the rectangle body shape. You tend to be the athletic build. So for you, your shoulders are the same size as your hips. You tend to have an undefined kind of waist, and you have straight hips and bottom and not many curves. Okay, so technically speaking, when I'm measuring a rectangle body, their shoulders, their waist, and their hips tend to roundabout be pretty much the same measurement, okay? So for you, you want to draw clothing that draws attention to your waist and upper torso. Also, a little side note here, a lot of rectangles that I work with, they are very much enjoy showcasing their arms and their legs. It tends to be one of their favorite features. So consider that when you're styling your body as well for your photo shoot. Again, you want to make sure you remain classy in your choices, and consider your brand and your audience. But if you want to showcase that as well, that would be a great thing to do during the photo shoot. For the rectangle, you want to avoid unlike the apple, avoid the straight up and down lines, because again, we already have the straight up and down kind of figure. And you want to avoid wearing crop tops or any kind of top that is boxy in nature, because that's just going to make you feel very boxy. You're not going to enjoy that type of silhouette. Next, please. Okay, so here are some ideas for you. I would say to invest in some hip length pieces. I think you will really enjoy them, that you can layer over top of your outfit. So jackets, blazers, and things that will just gently shape the waist. Pencil skirts and A-line skirts would be fantastic for your body shape. And for you, instead of having them straight up and down lines, and instead of having those boxy kind of pieces for yourself, I recommend more billowy, flowy tops and layering pieces for you to create more volume. So you can see one of the models here, she has a white top on that's tucked. We went ahead and gave her some volume there because it's actually more loose, and her tucking it in is giving her the appearance of the waist. If you look at the moto jacket also, that has a lot of cuts and lines and angles in there where it's not straight up and down as you would see some other options. So just keep an eye out there if you are a rectangle for that as well. Next slide, please. Okay, last we're going to be talking about the hourglass. Yes, Nichole. So the hourglass, you tend to basically have the same measurement in regards to your shoulders and your waist, and then and your hips, and your waist is cinched in. Okay, so they tend to have a more defined waist. So for you, some tips and tricks would be to draw attention to your waistline. You want to add some belts to your outfits. You want to pick out tops or dresses that have pretty ties or ruching around your waist. And for you, you really want to try to avoid overly baggy pieces. And that I feel like was one of Nichole's when she was doing her vision. Sometimes when we go yeah, sometimes when we go too overly baggy, it tends to drown out an hourglass's figure, and then they come back with some terms like, this feels frumpy, or it feels like I'm wearing pajamas. It does nothing for me. And that's because the fabric's just hanging off of their shoulders and falling flat, and they've lost their figure that they enjoy to style. Next. Some ideas for the hourglass would have some waist-defined tops and dresses. Some pencil skirts are fantastic for this. Like anytime you draw a horizontal line on the body, you are telling the eye to go there. So belts are great for that, putting that on the part of your waist that you want the eye to go. Wrap dresses and skirts are also fantastic for just hugging your natural curves, and again, drawing the eye to your waist. And boot cut and straight leg jeans or pants look fantastic on you. Next, Nichole. So moving forward, which tips would you be trying during your photo shoot? Please let us know in the comments, and also if you have any questions.
Cool. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Can't get to the bottom of this. There we go. Move it down. Awesome. So we've talked to you guys a lot today about kind of all the value that goes into, having really great content for your brand, right? So for you guys, like having these posing tips, having the lighting tips, knowing how to style yourself, it's all going towards helping you have better brand content. And it's something that, is definitely can be, challenging to achieve. I know I struggle with it from time to time. I know Gabby struggled with it. That's really why we made this webinar. So we want to talk a little bit about the value of a branding session, because we've actually collaborated and decided to kind of do some fun packages that not only include photography, but also styling to make some great content for you guys. And really this is because we know the pain of trial and error, right? So we've given you all of these tips and tricks. And so we think that you definitely should be confident to go out and try them. And we'll, go through a Q&A and answer any additional tips or things that you want to know. But we know that can take time, right? And so there's time value. You guys are busy, you're hustlers, for people, you have a side hustle, you are the boss in your business, you don't have a lot of time to experiment. So we know that we work together, we can offer you guys a branding session that can give you up to 3 months worth of evergreen content right at your fingertips. And then on top of that, you'll get expert advice. So you'll have one-on-one time with us to be able to work through what your body type is, help you create some outfits. I know, Gabby, you can probably talk a little more about this too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, for sure, you get me one-on-one. So we'll make sure that we have your body shape, down, and we'll be working inside of your closet with outfits that you have. So you, don't have to necessarily go shopping, although if you wanted to, we could do that as well. And we're going to take all of this in light with also your coloring, what would be, the best colors suitable for your skin tone, and then also what, pieces really express your brand and is going to attract your ideal client to you. So I'm really going to be working one-on-one with you in that regard, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Right, exactly. And I would obviously be working one-on-one with you after that to take some great photos to actually get you that evergreen content so you could use it on your website, social media, wherever you want to use it, so that you can make sure you're presenting yourself to the world with confidence and attracting the right people to your business.
That's right.
These are some of the tools that will help you get there. So in order to do that, we have a whole branding questionnaire that we share with our clients. And then we go through 2 consultation sessions, or actually, it's actually 1 consultation session and then a styling session, where we actually break down what the shoot would look like, what you want from your brand, and make sure it's personalized to meet your needs. Then we actually have a photography shoot, and then we would deliver you via a electronic file, months of evergreen content. I've done this for numerous clients and they absolutely love this because they can just pick and choose as they like, just, download the images, they own them all. And so there's no like, picking them later or only getting 10. It's like you get all of the images that you take that day, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So just so you guys know, there's a couple different packages that we have to offer. So we have the kind of the simple personal branding package, which is, for the busy person who knows that they want to do this, they know they need the content, they definitely want it for their brand, but they don't have a lot of time. You maybe only have a few minutes to go over what your brand is, and you don't have an hour and a half for a photo shoot, but that you definitely want to have one. So that's that first package, and it's really still going to give you up to 3 months worth of content, which is really amazing. And then the second package is just that, but extended a lot longer, and it could give you up to 6 months worth of content for your brand, which is really exciting. Anything else there, Gab, that I should add?
Yeah, and so I'm thinking about, just the value in also not even just the after effect, the output. I know for me as an entrepreneur, what was very hard is juggling everything, right? You are your accountant, you are your PR, you are your social media marketing person, you are your like if you don't do the marketing for your business, it's not getting done. And sometimes it tends to be the ball that's dropped when it's actually one of the most important parts of your business. And I think for me, what was so challenging when I first started in business was having content to post in general. It's like, okay, well, I know I have to be here in social media, I know I need pictures for my website, I know I need pictures for my blog, I know, but I just don't have anything. And if I try to take it, you saw my expectation. It didn't end up being so good. I didn't end up loving what I had. So instead, I wouldn't post. And it became this cycle of just not getting to it. And so
Yep.
I don't know if we had hit on that, but also the output of the value there. And again, the whole point, like Nichole was saying about us getting together, was again just trying to offer you a 2-in-1 kind of deal, really, to just serve you and just make this more seamless and easy for you so that you have a lot of value at your fingertips with minimal stress. I mean, we want to take the time that you would be spending and the stress that you'd be having off of your plate.
Yeah. And I mean, I think as everybody knows, I mean, the content we're developing, it's that helping you develop your know, like, and trust factor. So they say that especially for social media, especially for Instagram, in that grid on your personal page, you need to at least be in there at least once. For every 9 posts, your face should be there. And I know so many people that end up using a headshot. they are like, oh, I'll just put my headshot in there. And they're not really that excited about it. They're just doing it because they have to. The thing is, the weird thing about that is that actually translates in the posts, and then it translates to their clients, and then it doesn't really attract what they're looking for. So taking that extra step to have additional photos that you can use, you know, in all of your different mediums really goes a long way. So hopefully we can offer that to you. So this is our contact information, you know, in case you guys have questions. We would love, love, love to schedule a consult today just to kind of see what you need. Even like a pre-session, you know, we're offering that just to kind of get to know what you want and what you need for your business.
Absolutely.
So
and then ask your questions now. If you have any questions and you're like, I don't really want to wait to email you, I want to ask them now, please go ahead. You can either unmute yourself or type it in if you have a specific question concerning styling your body shape, dressing for your body shape, anything that we kind of mentioned, photography, posing, lighting, about our packages. Yeah, please drop us a line and let us know here as well. And then maybe you are one of those action takers like me who's like, listen, I make decisions all day, every day. And when there's just sometimes a good feeling when I'm just like, I know this is what I want. I know this is what I need. I'm done and done. We can get you signed up and ready today if that's something you're interested in or would like to just have off your plate and schedule. We could do that too.
So many options. So many options.
And then someone's getting a latte on us.
I know.
Any questions popping in, Nichole?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Guess we answered everything. I doubt it.
I'm not that good. There's got to be a question.
I know it's late though too, and it's late for everybody. So, especially on wait, maybe we got some stuff.
Okay, great about putting the face in your posts. I think we all tend to think about info. Yeah. Yes, Kathy, I agree with you. And the way, like Nichole was saying, is that know, like, and trust factor. Your audience, your community, they want to know you. They want to see you. They want to see your life. It's so interesting. They want to form a connection with you before they ever support your business, buy your product, join your team, follow your mission. That's really the way that the world's going, even more so. Like we're in that now where I feel like we weren't that way a decade ago. And I can't imagine how much more so we're going to be of that nature as time goes on. Yeah. Are we picking the winner? I see the winner slide.
I know. I think we're doing it.
Oh my goodness. Nichole, did you reshuffle?
I did. Hold on.
Give me a reshuffle, girl.
Doing it right now.
Yeah. So we're putting, basically how this is working is we're putting in your names into an auto shuffler so that they can pop up a name for us to give you a Starbucks gift card on us, because we know that you guys are working so hard. And also we appreciate you being here. And we hope that we offered you some value. In fact, if you gleaned value or a tip or what in our talk or this offered value to you, if you could share that, that would be incredible. And you might even restate something that someone else needs to hear.
Yeah, so good.
What do you got for me, Nichole?
So the winner is Ashley Owens. Congratulations, girl.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations, Ashley.
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, I'm gonna email it to you. I think I have your email through the registration, so you will get that from us within the next 24 hours, and you can enjoy pumpkin spice latte or
all the time, shots of espresso.
Yes, keep you going.
Thank you, ladies, so much. This was a wonderful presentation.
I hope that you got something good from it, other than just the latte.
Mostly how to dress for my dumbass body because sometimes it's real hard. But I also know now what lighting to use. You know, I put a lot of my face out there, but it'd be nice to get some body shots. So now that I know how to pose and what style to wear, I feel a little more confident in doing that now. So thank you, ladies, very, very much.
Awesome. We're so glad to hear it.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, and honestly, even if you have somebody else take the picture of you, I mean, it's like just giving them that tip too, being like, yo, why don't you just do it over here in the shade instead of just putting me out in the sun where it's bright? I'm not gonna look so great. And
Yep, my cat. I will definitely coach my cat into taking pictures of me.
I've done that for my dog. He's actually like passed out over here in the corner.
Oh.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. But no, that's a good idea. I'll start, hunting people down to start taking these pictures.
Yes. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for attending tonight. We would love to book with you or learn more about you. So please contact us. Or if you even have any questions, like I love collaborating. I love learning more about everybody who's been on the call. So please just reach out. We'd love to talk to you.
For sure. If you have any questions at all, I would absolutely love to chat with you, whether that's through texting or anything. I'm very, very passionate about body positivity as well. And I think that aside from this, just dressing for your body shape in general is like those tools and resources in your bag to help you to feel even more confident. So I'm here for you for that as well.
Yeah.
It's a big passion of mine.
Have a great night, guys. Thank you.
Have a good night. Have a good Tuesday. Thank you, guys.
Happy Tuesday. Thank you.
Bye. Share. Cool. Awesome.
Well,